things catch up, but whatever the support policies are. And then lastly, what's very cool about the Etelos platform is an upgrade page. So we always want to bring users in to the applications, but also look at upgrading them or even downgrading them based upon what their business needs are. So there's a model for making that happen. So those are some of the things that we have in terms of putting things together. So I want to now move on to, and that's really the store listing and how we provide these strong call to action. So if I want to, let's go back to the purchase page. It's very, very simple. As a user, I want to go ahead and purchase the free version. Our platform, our software as a service platform, can take your single instance application and install it on a machine, which would be local to wherever that person may be. Since we have data centers and machines in a lot of different locations, we have what's called a distributed tenant architecture, meaning that your single instance app can go and show up in a number of different places. Very, very scalable and very easy for you to bring your existing apps into our marketplace and make that happen. But it's through this checkout process that provisioning process happens. And I can continue to shop and add applications to my cart, proceed to checkout, and to make those types of things happen. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to cancel this for a second. I want to get out of that workflow, and I'm going to start a second one, and that is the concept of the account. You'll notice when I went to check out that the system was asking me to log into an account. So the account is the basic framework that Etelos works in terms of making these things happen. So I'm going to click on the top right hand corner here, the account button near the cart button. And I'm going to go ahead and log into an existing account. And now we're going to get into some of the tools that both users have once their applications are installed, as well as tools that you would have as a partner to monetize and to build and manage your store listing. So I'm going to go ahead. So we're into our account page, our account tab here. And you'll see that it starts with my account information. Now this is what a user of the application, anybody who's installed an application at Etelos, is going to see. In this case, I've only got a single hosting account. It gives me getting started information, a support tab, more information, and the URL where that information is stored. There's also tools for creating subdomains and things like that. We'll get into that, but that's not quite what we're focused on today. So I can go through these various installations. I can see what's pending. I don't have any pending right now. I'm just in the view all mode at the moment. Do I have downloads pending, those types of things? So I do have an application waiting to install. So I could go in and continue that installation if I needed to do that. I probably stalled that for some reason. But that's part of the management tools that we have for our customers. Billing history, there shouldn't be any billing history here. This is a demo account. Credit card information in your profile. Standard things that you would see as part of your account. So these are very cool in terms of tools that allow you to build and manage your store listing. So what I want to do is, as we focus on this, I want to move now into, that's what the user sees in your marketplace account. Now I'm going to transition over into actually building that store listing for you. So let's go ahead, and as a partner with a marketplace account, we configure an additional option for you, which is called My Storefront. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up and click on My Storefront. Now to get started with My Storefront, you need to contact Etelos Sales, and we'll set you up into your existing marketplace account. So you would go in and self-provision a marketplace account, and then we'd go ahead and just flip the switch and put a My Store listing. And I think some of our panelists will talk a little bit more about that process at the end of the presentation. So, but basically, I have one store listing that's part of my storefront right here, and it's called here Etelos CRM. It gives a store item URL for it. It shows that it's not ready, which means it's not live in the marketplace, and it's a type of billing services application. So what we're going to show you how to create today is a web services billing, or I should say a marketplace listing that supports web services with integrated billing. And what this means in this case is we would we would host the marketplace listing and we would do the billing on your behalf, but we would actually send the lead to your servers and your infrastructure to actually host the application. So that's one of the ways that we can help monetize you. It's one of the easiest ways to get started with the Etelos. Of course, you can bring your application in, and we can host it and install it and manage it as well. But we're going to show you this function today. So I'm going to click on the tools here. I'm going to show you the marketplace listing a little bit in terms of what we can create. So as we see in this tools dialog, we can see the preview of the store listing. What does this thing actually look like? And I'll go, so I can preview this as I'm developing this. This is not a live listing, so we can see here that we have a few tabs set up here. So we have a couple of our community tabs in terms of a blog and a forum that we have set up as part of this. The purchase, of course, that's part of this as well. And we can see we have one subscription option in terms of monetizing that. So very simple in terms of putting these things together. And of course, you have all this various information about the listing that helps you sell and monetize your application that we showed before. So we're going to show you how to create that. So let's get into that right now. Actually, I'm going to show one more thing, and then we'll get into that. And that, as part of a management tool, is that you also have reporting about who's bought and purchased your application based upon the license. Since there's only one license and this is a demo account that hasn't been installed, there's no data there. We certainly couldn't show you live data, but it gives you a store listing report. There's a number of other reports that we're in the process of adding that'll give you a lot of information and control over your marketplace listing, and then each one of those items has a drill down in terms of making things happen. So, so hopefully everybody we have a yep, our audio is scrambled. Can you hear it now? Is that better? So we apologize for that. We're on a it's still sounding bad. Can you hear me now? Is it any better now? Ah, excellent. Thank you, Roger. We appreciate your feedback. So someone's quick on the chat. So by the way, there is that chat button that you can go ahead, and if you've got questions as we're going, I can answer them as I'm going, or we'll also have a Q&A that we'll have at the end. But go ahead and ask them as we go, and we'll get to them. So back to our regularly scheduled demonstration. We will. So we have those reporting tools. I don't know if you missed that, but basically to show who's used your application, you can drill down into more detail about individual purchasers and so forth, as well as you can export that information as part of your marketplace listing. So let's go ahead. And there's a whole lot of other cool features that we're just not going to get into that much detail. Let's go ahead and create a new listing, and let's call this webinar. And spelling doesn't always count. Webinar CRM, and we want to give it a description, a short description. This information comes in your product title and is used throughout how this is stored, so it's important in terms of what you're trying to put together. Now you'll notice here the available, not available. This is how you put it live or not, although there's a submission process that you submit it to Etelos, we approve it, and then you have the option to when you want to put that listing live or